It's yoga pose of the week time. I've decided over the next month we are going to be working on some standing balancing postures, starting with one of the most basic, and that is tree pose. So we're going to first start out by grounding through our roots. So feel yourself balance. Pick one foot or the other. Feel each corner, 4 corners of your feet ground into your mat. Ground into the floor. Feel the energy rise up through the leg. Feel the pelvic floor lift in order to solidify your connection between your roots and your core. Engage your core, and then allow your hip to open. Bring your hands to heart center. So maybe you're just letting your toe rest on the floor, and that's okay. Or maybe you bring it up to your ankle. Or maybe you bring it up higher. Or wherever you want to go, whether you use your hand to place it there or not, it doesn't matter. But just be mindful that if you bring your leg up higher, that it's not, the foot isn't resting on the knee. It's either above the knee or below the knee, so there's no pressure on the joint. And then we just allow our hands to either rest at our heart center, or we can allow our tree branches to grow. And once you find your balance, you can do a lot of things with this to play. You can always interlace your fingers, press your palms up towards the sky, and if you want to lean to one side or the other to challenge your balance, you can do that as well. Or just hold in the middle. Good. So what this is going to do is work on strengthening your legs as far as balance is concerned, strengthening of the core, and then also it helps bring awareness, one-pointed awareness, because it's really hard to balance if our mind is busy thinking. So we do it on one side, and then we make sure that we do it on the other. So let's talk philosophy, shall we? I'm going to grab my camera so we can get a little bit closer. So we've been working through the yamas lately, which are the moral constraints. And today we're getting to Asteya. Now, I know there's probably some yogis out there who say, Aubrey, you're so not pronouncing these right. And I apologize if so. My education didn't focus a lot on Sanskrit, the pronunciation of Sanskrit. So if you need to look back at my notes and my descriptions, if you want to get the proper spelling. But what Asteya is non-stealing. And the thought process of this has really evolved with me, where at first it was like, I practice that all the time, right? I mean, I don't steal, I don't take what doesn't belong to me, and I was kind of leaving it at that. But as I have grown with my yoga practice, I realized that it goes deeper. Anytime, say you make a batch of cookies, and they're really, really good cookies, and there's 2 left, and you're not hungry, but you think in your head, I know my kids are going to come home and they're going to want those, or I know my partner's going to come home and they're going to want those, and I really want them, and so I'm going to eat them even though I'm not hungry. So that in essence is a form of stealing from one of our loved ones when we take what we don't need just for our own self-gratification, or we just take more of anything that what we don't need. It can be a form of stealing. So I want you to consider that as you go into your day. Are you ever taking more than what you need? And if you can look at that in the eyes of stealing from somebody that you love, or even someone that you don't know, does that affect your behavior? So have a fantastic day. You want to Om? Here we go. I'm going to close my eyes because it feels nice. Om. Namaste.